What's going on, YouTube? It's Rochelle Tannen. It's December 12th, 2023. It's 1:47 in the morning here on the East Coast. I want to jump back on to do a short video about Gen Z and the draft. Now, I said in my first video, in my absence, I have been staying on par with the trends on YouTube, as I always do. And I came across a video. I couldn't find the young man that I want to use for my short, who was saying, hey, he's not going to war, how many meds he takes, will we trust him with a gun and all this stuff. Let me tell you, Gen Z niggas, something. You're going to fucking war. You're going to war. Now, in my thumbnail, I put a picture of a poster I took a picture on a city bus here in Philadelphia, the 23 to be exact, on the way to their downtown one day. They have the selective service posters back up, and they're saying if you don't join, you don't qualify for student loans, no federal jobs, and for a lot of you immigrating here, that streamlined process to citizenship, that'll be cut. You guys are going to war, and rightfully so. You know, it seems to me with late Gen Xers, millennials, and Gen Z, you all have forgotten that this country has given you so much, and you don't think you should give anything in return. It's bothered me for years how unpatriotic this country has become. And I'm an African-American, Black, or whatever you want to call us these days. My grandfathers were servicemen. My father was a serviceman. So what makes you all think in your generation you're better than the previous generations and don't have to fight for anything? Because you certainly have gotten all the spoils from this country. Gen Z, you're the only generation, and late millennials, let me not forget them, but Gen Z particularly, you're the only generation that I've ever seen that people are saying it's acceptable for you to be at home at 30, not having your driver's license. You guys think everything's about online, this and that and the third. That's not life. That's not life. And there comes a point in time where we all need to give to this country. In our behaviors, the way we treat our neighbors, the way we treat our fellow states, because this is the United States of America. Now, you guys, I don't think the next war, because I know World War III is on the brink, but you guys are so scared of going on a battlefield, and some of you are, but we need Gen Z to enlist, if for no other reason, we're going to be getting hit with cyber attacks. We already have in the last year. Russia hit our casinos out in Las Vegas. That could have been worse than it was. Now China's intercepting us because they want to invade Taiwan and they want us weak so we can't back Taiwan. We need Gen Z in the armed forces. If not for a physical battle, for cyber attacks. You guys are the destined generation. I'll give you that shit. You guys grew up in the cyber world. You guys should want to defend this country. It absolutely disgusts me what the last 3 generations have become. And the older people that co-sign this bullshit. And yes, as a 43-year-old woman, I would love to see some of these young men get in the service. African-American young men, I'm going to start with you. Most of y'all need to go in the fucking service because it's not your fault you've been failed, that there's no fathers. And now we're at a point, cops can't do nothing with you. Even though the cops shouldn't have to do nothing with you, because if you were raised decently, you would know cops are the end result, not the beginning. A lot of you need discipline and structure and to learn how to care about someone other than your mother. A lot of you young Asians, you too. A lot of you young Asian men and women, but in this discussion, men, y'all run around here off the backs of your parents who immigrated here in the 60s, 70s, 80s, early 90s, built up their businesses so you all can run around in your little BMWs and Infinities and get your college educations and not think you're supposed to fight for the country that you were fortunate enough to be born in. Because if you immigrated here, your parents were running from something and they were trying to give you a better life. And yeah, Asians, it's time for y'all to stand up and go to war for this country. Absolutely. Like a lot of your grandfathers went to war for their home countries or this one. Hispanics too. Y'all in there too. If you're Puerto Rican, guess what? It's not a separate country. You're a step off of being a state. You'll probably be a state in my lifetime. It's time for some of you Hispanic young men to get up and fight for this fucking country. Yeah, y'all too. Y'all can ride your dirt bikes and your motorbikes and your $200 shoes and all the shit this country's afforded you motherfuckers, but no one wants to fight for this country. Are you fucking kidding me? I'll put it like this. If Elvis Presley, you know Elvis Presley, ain't nothing but a hound dog Elvis. A lot of y'all over on TikTok sampling his shit right now in 23. If Elvis Presley could stop his musical career in the middle of that shit and enlist in the service, who the fuck are you niggas? You should want to fight for your country. And this is exactly why the powers that be are spinning y'all's head through a loop. They got you hating your own country so much. I believe it was Abraham Lincoln who said, if the destruction of the U.S. ever comes, it'll be from within. The last 10 years have been just sickening for a person like me. I understand the United States isn't perfect. I understand the United States has bad history. I understand that certain things with African American and other groups, the history is treacherous and whatnot, but it's our history. And all that being said, it doesn't negate the fact that this country has given and given and given, and it's gotten to the point Americans, I don't even like saying citizens, consumers are so greedy, you just want to keep taking and taking and taking and not fighting for this country. You know, over the years, I hear these niggas up on YouTube, your Andrew Tates and all these people talking about how they date younger women, this and that, the third. One of the best points in my life, being an older woman, a midlife woman right now, was 2001, when after the towers dropped. We had issues going on then. There was racial inequality and all the stuff y'all talk about now. But one of the best images I remember from that time is when them towers dropped and President Bush got up there and he was with servicemen, firemen, policemen, everyday New Yorkers. And when they started chanting USA, I remember being back home in my living room chanting USA because you knew we were coming for that ass. Now, if it was skewed and behind the scenes, I don't know. But right or wrong, the United States, you don't want the United States coming for your ass. Or at least traditionally, where we're getting so fucking soft, everybody trying us and you Gen Z niggas don't seem to mind. And you older motherfuckers, you co-sign this bullshit. I'm not co-signing it. Y'all are going to fucking war. Fuck your TikTok, fuck your dance challenges, your prank videos and all that shit. Y'all better get your fucking mind right because you're going to war. And again, it probably won't even be physical wars because technology has come a long way. Even from the war in 2001. We got drones and shit now. We don't really need battlefield soldiers, but we do need cyberspace soldiers. We absolutely need it. And this is another thing. As you guys talking about not enlisting in the military is so disrespectful to our veterans. Female, male, from whatever generation. How dare you motherfuckers? So it's okay for our grandfathers and fathers and people my age, because I know a lot of veterans that are in their 40s because they fought in Afghanistan and shit. It's okay for them to go risk their lives, maybe not see their mother, father's children again, so you can have your fucking iPhone, but you never have to give up anything? You don't think you should have to give up anything in service. You don't think you have to be a decent person in life. You don't think you should have to teach. You don't think you should have to do anything but sit back and be you and record yourself all day. That's not life. And you young ladies in Gen Z, the ones that were against the patriarchy and all that stuff, y'all can go to war too. Y'all want to equal shit and whatnot. Y'all are going to end up fighting for this country, and rightfully so. And I'm with Uncle Sam saying, if you don't want to fight, you're not getting any of these freebies no more. And that was just 3 on the list in that thumbnail. I'm quite sure there's a laundry list of shit. If you don't enlist in the selective service, you're cut off. Uncle Sam can make shit happen that no other entity on this planet can make happen. So, young man, yeah, I can imagine you with a gun. That's any of you Gen Z niggas. No one cares how you feel, what you identify as. Uncle Sam certainly don't care, and I don't give a fuck what you identify as. You're going to fucking war. Yeah, if you can hold an iPhone, I trust you with a gun. Same thing. You just point and shoot. On that note, guys, I'm out. I'll be talking to you next time. I'm out of here.